Welcome back to Crypto Tutorial. On today's video, we'd like to discuss Chainlink, how it's currently performing, and what we could expect during the upcoming hours and days. But before doing so, I would highly appreciate if you could follow me on Twitter. Down below in the description, you will be able to find a link towards my Twitter below social and info. Just by selecting this link down below, you will be able to join me on Twitter. So do not forget to do so. It will be highly appreciated. So let's get started on Chainlink. Well, what you can clearly see is that we are inside of this falling wedge pattern. We have already seen 2 touch points below this descending resistance, and we have as well seen multiple touch points on top of this descending support. Therefore, I would like to call this a confirmed pattern. Yes, I would prefer to see a third touch point underneath this descending resistance, but right now I personally think that if we are going to see that breakout occur, we will actually be heading towards our target. So let's discuss right away where the breakout target is going to be. So if we are going to see Chainlink breaking out above this descending resistance and heading towards the upside, it is actually highly likely that we are going to reach the $22 level outside of this pattern, and this means that we are expecting a major move of approximately 20% towards the upside taking place on Chainlink right now. So absolutely important to monitor this very closely. And what I must admit is that if you do not have a cryptocurrency platform yet where you purchase off trade cryptocurrencies, do not forget that down below in the description you will be able to earn up to 4,100 USD tethered deposit bonus on Bybit by using the link down below in the description. So for sure you do not want to miss out on this special offer until the 9th of January. So do not forget to do so. Down below in the description you will be able to find a link, as as well the platform that I truly recommend because I do all my personal trade as well on Bybit. Well, that being said, what I would like to discuss right away are levels of support and resistance. So if we enable the EMA ribbon on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that the EMA ribbon is below this descending resistance, and therefore if we are right now going to see an increase, we will have to break out above this EMA ribbon range. What I think is actually important about it is that if we do actually see a breakout occur above the EMA ribbon, it is very likely that we are going to find a minor stronghold on top, and eventually as well a breakout occur above this descending resistance and that major movement towards the upside taking place. Let's say that we get rejected by the descending resistance and see further movement of momentum towards the downside. Well, for sure at that point in time, what we would like to see is actually a stronghold getting created on top of this descending support zone. So if we right now see actually that further decline after retesting this descending resistance, holding strong on top of this descending support range is absolutely important. Otherwise, it is actually high likely that we are going to head once more towards the zero range Fibonacci at $15.57, where we did see this major wick of this 4-hourly candle heading all the way down towards. So that is for sure absolutely a thing that I must admit very important right now for the overall trend. What else are we seeing? So on the 1-hourly time frame, we did get supported by the EMA ribbon for a while. Unfortunately, we broke down below it. We could clearly see that it served the level of resistance above us, and right now we did get rejected and we are retesting for the very first time, and we are seeing continuation of momentum towards the downside, meaning that this is some level of resistance right now, and perhaps we are not going to be able to break out above it in the immediate short term. So a touch point underneath on top of this descending resistance is for sure high likely to occur, and we would like to see a stronghold getting created and eventually a breakout taking place above this descending resistance. Well, this being said, I would like to enable right away the MACD to discuss this with you. On the MACD, what you can clearly see is that we already experienced major momentum towards the downside on the 1-hourly time frame. Therefore, I personally think it is very likely that we are going to see eventually a decline in momentum taking place. This means that we are going to see the red momentum indicators declining and as well becoming less dark red. There will become more pink, and eventually a crossover could occur. As we did saw previously, we were heading towards a crossover, but we experienced once more continuation of momentum towards the downside. So right now we are waiting for a crossover to occur. So what we would like to see is for sure that stronghold being found on top of this descending support to eventually see that crossover and a major move towards the upside getting started. On the 4-hourly time frame, what you can see is that we just experienced a crossover of momentum towards the downside. Therefore, I'm convinced that we are going to see a retest on top of this descending support. But as I said already several times during this video, what you would like to see is a stronghold being found on top of this range. Otherwise, heading towards the $15.57 range will for sure be inevitable. So lastly, during this video, I would like to discuss the RSI and as well the RSI on the 1-hourly time frame. Right now on the 4-hourly time frame, you can clearly see that we are not seeing any type of bullish divergences or bearish divergences. We did saw a minor bearish divergence previously. We were creating this lower high on the chart, and we did see this higher high on the RSI. Therefore, we were expecting a rejection here and as well a decline in price action, and that is exactly what is taking place right now. So currently on the RSI, I'm actually convinced that it does look very good to me, and what I think is good to know is that we still have plenty of space to see further decline on the lower part before breaking down below the dotted line. So right now, I personally think that that further decline and continuation of momentum towards the downside will be absolutely high likely until we find support on top of this descending support zone. So lastly, during this video on the 1 hourly time frame, I would like to discuss once more the RSI, but before doing so, I would highly appreciate if you could give me a thumbs up down below. You will be supporting the channel by doing so, and as well, it will be highly appreciated. So let's get towards the 1 hourly time frame, and what I think is absolutely important to know is that we are not seeing right now any type of bullish divergences taking place. This is an equal low. Yes, for sure, this was a minor bullish divergence. Therefore, we did see this minor increase in price action, but right now I personally think that it does not count anymore, and we will like to see a start over again. So if we do see right now further decline heading towards a retest on top of this descending support, that is absolutely likely because we still have plenty of space towards the downside. And I think this is actually quite a good development, because what we would like to see eventually is a stronghold being found, a major movement towards the upside getting started perhaps on Monday, and see that 20% move heading all the way towards the $22.94. So thank you very much for watching this video, and as well I would like to wish you a pleasant weekend. So thank you very much and have a nice day.